In 1924, a group of businessmen met in Geneva to decide how long a light bulb should last. They agreed to lower the lifespan from 2,500 hours to 1,000 hours. Why? To force you to buy more bulbs. This is called planned obsolescence. And today, car manufacturers are doing the exact same thing. They use plastic timing guides, thin piston rings, and non-serviceable transmissions. They want your car to die at 100,000 miles. But there were a few times in history where the engineers beat the accountants. They built cars that were accidentally too good. These are the 7 cars that manufacturers hate because if you buy one, you might never need to buy a car again. We start with the car that almost bankrupted Mercedes-Benz dealerships because nobody needed repairs, the W123-300D. Sold in the late 70s and 80s, this is widely considered the most durable car ever mass-produced. You still see these serving as taxis in Africa with 2 million miles on the clock. It uses the OM 617 5-cylinder diesel. It has no computers, no sensors, it is purely mechanical. Mercedes realized that if they kept building cars this good, they wouldn't sell enough parts. So they stopped. If you find a rust-free one, it is the closest thing to an immortal machine you can buy. You see these everywhere. There is a reason for that. The 7th generation Honda Civic is the cockroach of the roads. But there is a catch. You must avoid the automatic transmission. It was the weak link. But if you find one with a 5-speed manual, you have unlocked a cheat code. The 1.7-liter engine is under-stressed and simple. It costs pennies to fix. An alternator is $80. A water pump is $40. This car represents everything modern car companies hate. It is cheap to buy, cheap to own, and it refuses to leave the road. Jeep is known today for being unreliable trash, but in the 90s, they accidentally built a legend, the Cherokee XJ. It uses the 4-liter inline-6. This engine was originally designed for tractors. It has the cast iron block and head. It produces torque at low RPMs, which means it never gets stressed. The body will rust. The interior door handles will snap off. The AC will fail. But the engine, it will run on 3 cylinders and pure spite. Mechanics hate these because the owners never pay for big repairs. They just fix it themselves with a hammer. In 1989, Toyota decided to destroy Mercedes. They gave their engineers an unlimited budget. The result was the Lexus LS 400. They spent over $1 billion developing this car. The 1UZ FE V8 engine is an aviation-grade masterpiece. The tolerances were so tight that American machining tools couldn't even make them. There is a famous example called the Million-Mile Lexus that is still driving on its original engine. This car was bad for business because Toyota sold it for a loss just to steal customers from the Germans. Buying one today is like stealing engineering from the past. General Motors makes a lot of junk, but the 3800 V6 engine was their apology to the world. Found in the Buick LeSabre in Park Avenue, this engine is practically bulletproof. It doesn't make enough power to hurt itself. Because these were bought by older people who drove slowly and did every oil change, finding a pristine one is easy. Mechanics call this the best car GM ever made, and GM stopped making it because it didn't break enough. Police departments, taxi companies, and livery services used this car for 30 years. Why? Because it was the only car that could survive 24-hour abuse. The Ford Crown Victoria. It uses a body-on-frame design, meaning if you crash it, you can just bolt on new parts. The 4.6-liter V8 is low maintenance and parts are available in every auto parts store in America. Ford killed this car in 2011 to force fleets to buy the more expensive, less reliable Taurus. They literally killed it because it was too durable. And the #1 car that defies modern economics, the Toyota Land Cruiser. Most cars are designed with a service life of 10 to 15 years. The Land Cruiser is designed for a service life of 25 years in third-world conditions. Every part is twice as thick as it needs to be. The wheel bearings are massive. The frame is reinforced steel. It is the only car on this list that will actually appreciate in value because rich people know that the new ones, with their twin turbos and hybrid batteries, will never last this long. This is the ultimate middle finger to planned obsolescence. These cars prove that manufacturers can build things that last. They just choose not to. But if you are in the market for a car, you need to be careful. There are some cheap cars out there that are actually financial traps. Watch this video to see the scam cars that will bankrupt you with battery repairs. Click right here.